According to her work colleagues, 29-year-old Gladys Muthoni, a hotel cleaner, was rushed to the Kenyatta National Hospital at around 10 in the morning after vomiting blood. Muthoni passed away in this taxi while still on the way to hospital. Pronounced dead on arrival, her body was inspected by doctors from various departments of the hospital who began tests to ascertain the cause of death. However, the symptoms displayed, particularly the alleged bleeding from various openings, raised fears that Muthoni could have contracted a hemorrhagic fever such as Ebola or the Marburg fever.
A young lady who came in bleeding, and because of the nature in which it appeared to have happened, we decided that it was necessary to take precautions just to be sure that we are not dealing with this, maybe a disease that may be dangerous to the public.
Hospital authorities immediately isolated 3 people at this tent in the hospital parking lot as a precautionary step. They included Muthoni's father and a taxi driver who had transported her to hospital, as well as the first doctor who attended to her. The taxi in which Muthoni's body lay for some time before being taken to the morgue was also cordoned off and guarded to avoid any contact with the public. Later, the special team of quarantine medics from the Centers for Disease Control and the Kenya Medical Research Institute came in and began the testing process, which took hours.
What we have done so far is we have put the people who came into close contact with the deceased under observation, just in the event that it is Ebola, which is very unlikely, and I must repeat that. In the event that it is, then these people will continue to proceed and get actually appropriate treatment for that.
Dr. Wafula said they had not authoritatively confirmed if the victim died of a hemorrhagic fever, but he warned that the symptoms she displayed before she died were not of an ordinary disease. Family members started pouring in, with the deceased sister emotional, as just a few days ago they were making plans of going to their rural home for Christmas.
To home, daddy amenicall, ameniambia wako Kenyatta, my sister is very ill. So nikamcall, akaniambia nikuje Kenyatta ndio wako. Tena akanicall akaniambia my sister is no more.
Doctors at the hospital said that several other illnesses are known to cause hemorrhage, and so Ebola was not the last diagnosis. Marburg hemorrhagic fever is a severe and highly fatal disease caused by a virus that's from the same family as the one that causes Ebola. Kenya has had 2 cases of Marburg virus in 1980 and 1987, both connected to visits to a cave in the Mount Elgon area. However, the bleeding could also have been caused by TB complications. Earlier this year, a senior police officer investigating an alleged attack on Harun Mwao's vehicle collapsed and started bleeding from several openings on his body. He was later determined to have been suffering from tuberculosis. Kenyans now have to wait until tomorrow when the results of the tests done today from the deceased blood samples will be out. For KTN Prime, I'm Betty Kialo.